Well, this is Julian Maximiliano Rodriguez speaking. As the last time that this will be the end of my 20th anniversary marathon run, and it wasn't nothing special that it started began. Not really, of course, at all. How this became with, and as of this time, I'm recording on October 27, 2025, to record some of the voice recording on the video that I would do as like a few part themes and my thought of the year for 2025 that really goes. Well, it started to be like 2015 all over again for me, somewhat. With the vast majority, with the downfall with online, which I have been explaining too much about it, and I have begun to be so right that it's been predictable how I became so right at things. It just, you travel through time and you predict the crystal ball, and that seemed to be the point about that. Well, my thought about 2025 has been up and down, little hardened and little mixtures, but it is what it is at mostly. But some of the part for online have was popping up to things until currently and right now that I gotten more followers to other site, even some that did most and only got medium, but will do for the most part in the near future reference. And I don't know how things will go. And we'll just see about that, of course. I guess so. But my thought for the year. Well, 2025 on reality wasn't so bad. I did went to some convention, a few, and I did went to those convention, good times, the most of it. That has been really good, and mostly for going on a trip to Japan, which I have done so. Going to Japan, it was just a dream come true for the last 15 years. And 5 years of the making of we should have gone to Japan, but Julies have to go back there again. Absolutely yes, if needed to. But we'll have to see how it really goes about. But for the most part, I'm not thinking about going to Japan or going to convention until convention next year. Well, now as things for the most part, we're gonna have to see how things real goes for things now that things are popping up for the good stuff. And I don't know how things are gonna be considered for the good stuff mostly. Well, as my 20th anniversary marathon has became to an end, nothing special compared to 2020 and 2015. It just little meh. And now this is the same scene all over again as the sort with this. After all, I have did some Christmas shopping, the holiday gifts. It is the most wonderful time of the year, but mostly stressful as it really takes, and focusing on that and Christmas. Well, things are not what used to be for Christmas regard to the scenes on my real life crap with provider and service I do for my disability, and it is usually very annoying about this, and that is what it is, part of life. You know what it is, but yeah, it's just whatever. Well, with the strong decline to online that everything has been collapsed in, and especially United States of America is collapsing, that's going to be destroyed. Was that not the case, and it's going to be, and that was our president that said that, is gonna start with this further notice. By all means, with downfall, it had come to a lane that folks who I once known, people had to go off their own separate ways. And it is really saddening to the most because they don't know if they will be around or not being used to it. With this is the absolutely truth right now about online, and mostly the people who I don't get along with and such forth, etc., they will not be around onto online very not much longer or years or what yet to come, now that online is becoming chaos and destruction and decline, AI, toxicity, and a lot of letdown, and well, why can't we just all get along? Most of the half part of online has been the good thought recently, how we just really began with the good thought for the online community. From the lanes that the good stuff is coming up soon, because of my following to other sites, that things are so popping up and things are coming through fruition after the first time nearly on standard for the past 7 to 6 years of the making that I wanted to do with the following. Not just Discord app, but my following as a whole, now that things are straightening up into my Discord app. And it's been really annoyed about with the Discord app, that is really annoyed. Well, there has been confirmed that I have taken care of some of the stuff what I need to do, but that's the good thought that things are popping up onto my following. The commission give the new friends, new people who I get along, who are trying to be real, all that stuff you know. But yeah, all that stuff you know. The bad of 2025. Well, I lost somebody else who I known from 2017, but that part doesn't really matter since we both go off our own separate ways, and I know it's been tiring because of the person that I didn't get to do the payment to the art commits to that person. But now I have been focusing very much to do self-improvements and do bearing up big time to improve myself when it comes to the related on the art commission related things to do, which I have been focusing on that one very much and currently is doing. But I've been doing so much with that and helping the art community. Well, not to the fact with AI is on the rising and so many artists commission, they're so desperate and some can't even do it, and so much of luck that things are so complicated what things really is in the outside world into reality. Well, whoever that person, well, as we go out their own separate ways, it's not a good thing, but they always have a stupid reason that they have their left with. But I really doubt some changing will start, some alternative changing. I will not count on that, nor I will go down with that. Not so really to doubt with this. Online has been going really downhill like wildfire for what I hear about everything, and it wouldn't. It's not gonna do for the best of things, but with AI, the hatred, the stupid come after people, and all those things like that, and you have to name them. Well, Don't look at other online user, but you had to blame online that making terrible changes, allies it with corporate America. Well, I don't know how he goes. The fact of it, 2025 is faithfully a little bit better than 2015. That I would just say that it's a lot better. Not as this peak or best, but it seems like yesterday was 10 years ago. And because of that force wall I have been mentioning on this video, the force wall, yeah, I'm not really comprehending from online for mostly was I'm really trying to adapt and understand with folks, but it is not very easy to understand and mostly. There's been other time I yelled and cussed at my other folks who knows me since 2020. I felt ashamed and really am guilty at my folks and friend because of the impatience of the reconnecting of an old friend with, I don't know, the ongoing process or whatnot. Who knows for certain what he really is going to. But there goes my saying about what was the best for 2025, for best and worst and the good of it. Well, even though as of this time I'm recording on October 2025 in October 25th, so yeah. Well, everything is going to be a thing of the past onto online for everything now that the majority is delaying for online, how things are so bad, how people just don't care about nobody else, and it's just not the wild west of the internet. It's survival. And that's what it really is. But I have been down about mostly on myself in some days a little bit and mixtures, and 2024 was just a test, and 2025 is an official test, but it's gonna be the same with everyone else's. But now that the online community, that karma is gonna do that, they're going to fuck with my folks and the people whom I once known formerly. They're going to fuck with them to cook them as roasted chicken, where me and my male folks just spoke about. Well, it really goes to, that hasn't been really great for a while for things. Even the good thought was the following that I've been getting at. But there's some certain plan I'm going to be doing a side account just to look after other things. Now that I'm noticing that the game is already started, and it's not easy for starting with the game. However, based on to sort that not really that expectation really count, nor great relationship or staying with somebody else's, or the one that they say friends is the most valuable, important thing ever. Well, the days upon friendship is getting on a extended for friendship in the modern era for friends. Unless you have counted with close friends and people that was known. Well, I have real life friends that goes to anime comps, and the one from crappy career center that I attend to that didn't go to freaking college. But of course it's too bad, but it's just an excuse from this individual of this quainer said about that's only for people that are smart, but it really doesn't matter unless it's any time. And the people that goes to anime com, things like that, and my real life folks and personal friends and things like that, and common interest friends that regard for social media personal stuff that would really count it as one of the best pals ever. So yeah, from the opposite side of the decline of friendship from modern era and onto online per se, which is not really much. There has been true friends onto online, which there's probably will not be name mentioned it at all, but we've been through a lot of hardship, big time hardship.
Select your character.
The valuable of friendship is not the easy traits of great meaningfulness, and I really don't understand. Well, there has been fights and upset to the few other, and I haven't been really great to people, and I'm not really great to people, not anymore. And now it started to be like this to current era into the standard, and it's not easy to understand with. Well, we all been fucking around with this shit, that this is a lot of fucking hardship with this, and more complicatable and not comprehending, and people don't understand. And man, that's the way it is. This is how I really think for online big time, what I see of things, and that's the whole circumstances for friendship onto online that is very complicated. I'll just have to say complicated. Of course, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of this. How it really is, and frustratingly and annoying big time. Well, will 2026 will be better than 2025? Well, we'll just see about that, because 2026 will be faithfully better than 2016, how things are going to be, and mostly memorial onto my personal life when it is related to do with the online controversy that I have dealt with 20 years ago and 19 years ago, how I've been dealt and being used to online fiasco, which now what it has become for online fiasco. Due to legal name change into real life, because of that. Now that online has become a thing in the past, and is going to be with the repetitive, tiresome, with AI crap and repetitive memes, well, unless they're good ones like the YouTube poop days and other sorts, and good fan art and good content creation, all those stuff, and etc., everything else, but all of this, well, all of this, this is how things went so downhill onto online back in goddamn 2006. And I don't think 2006 was like the golden age to me. Well, if you have opinion of 2006, it doesn't really matter. Since he has been one of the strong downfall of 2006 related, and to other events, reality and online included. And that's probably where it started the decline of the freaking internet controversy drama, the e-drama controversy with the downfall ever since the late 2000s. That's maybe where it originally started as foreshadowing and the virus and everything. Foreshadowing. Things doesn't get any best or for better. It only gets for the worst to the worst. And this is where we see scenes. Well, this 20th anniversary is nothing really special. But what really made up the mind how things were was only the notification of things are popping up because of my following. That things are straightening up the point. And it is not a joke. Well, fortunately, I got 100 subscribers on YouTube, and I only got more followers for 300 followers on Twitter, X, and DeviantArt, of course, because I need supporters, fans, people to like my work, things like that. Since I'm starting to do a following, connection, and related to do with our commish, which is something that I am looking for our commish. In the supportive of OC ex-Karen couple, which now it is a strong peak already with OC ex-Karen couple, other scenes like that, fan art of fandom series, the list is endless. And that can count on that to count with the fandom. By the time this video is uploaded already, well, it is already December 2025, and this is where my 20th anniversary really comes to an end. Since Christmas Day, when I first joined onto DeviantArt in a Mega Man form back of the day. If you guys remember the days on online surfing in early 2000, mid 2000, things were a lot more different compared how it is right now. Everything is so different. Not a fact of reality that is so propagandous and false. And it is not come true. All I remember for online surfing, and people don't really talk about online surfing, and I don't comprehend to my folks and others that don't really understood this anymore, while they just don't, in which they already knew this and already know. I remember the days for online surfing back in 2004, way back in the day, and 2005, where I remember a lot of fan art between of anime fan art and Fan Art Central, and there goes CG art back in 2005, way back of the day, from way back. In back of those days when that was allowed for online surfing. Well, I wouldn't mind of doing online surfing with fandom related in the early 2000s, like the Mario Brothers fandom homepage, and then etc, other scenes, random scenes, and then 2004, that's where I discovered this website, the Mega Man homepage site. With that's how I discovered Newgrounds and DeviantArt, and then before those time, Elfwood. You were talking about nostalgia. I will do a YouTube video about how I started it to join for online and what made me join for online. People don't remember those days, and now I just don't comprehend those things. Well, of course. Well, it's gonna be a thing of the past, because for what I joined for online, and so as everybody else, I'll be real and I will be honest on this with all honesty. Things are not what it used to be. Not what it used to be when we first joined online. And regardless to say, you may think everything is sunshine and rainbow when we first joined online. But after time passed, everything showed their true color. And now, 20 years has passed, this has really shown the true colors of this. And it's not very fun and not very pleasant to things like this. Well, I wish things could be, well, I don't know what to say. I wish things could be best likely, and can we all just get along and all that? Well, probably not. And it's gonna continue doing this way for years to come. And that's not gonna be easy to understand now that online is going through a lot of hardship already, and so as users per se. But well, good luck with this if that's the way how it feels, because it's not easy to understand though. For all this to keep this way, it's like like they say, they like if I don't know what to think. That's right. Like they think they know everything. They just wanted to block people and just leave it be. It won't do like that, to be honest, unless people are brave enough to do it. But that is not going to be easy for this, to tell myself the truth. That really happened to some people who I once known and not get along. It can happen to others. I hardly doubt so that's gonna happen. Well, in the last 20 years, in 2004 and 2005, I discovered those things. How fascinated DeviantArt and Newground really is. But now there's a complete downfall between DeviantArt, but Newground, well, I don't know about what the dates on Newground is, but I hardly get onto Newground nowadays, since somewhat looking for followers to follower things, but I am not sure on the other side what we'll do. But the most part, that DeviantArt is going downhill as the rest of the other social media site that's going downhill for everything. We just knew how things will come to this, especially the stupid downfall to the United States, that the president is planning to destroy America, which it is the truth. Well, I will not say how things are gonna be for the better or for the best, unless they have to make this for the best. Well, I really don't know. I really don't know. I really wish I know what to say for the most of this. But there's nothing you cannot do for right now. Regardless that now that the downfall of online is happening, reality is catching up the term, and allies with social media company, allies did with corporate America, for instance, and is not gonna do for Justified. But this is how it is, but it is what it is. 20 years I was expired from DeviantArt, Newground, Fan Art Central, Cheesy Arts, with those few on the website impacted me, influenced me back in the mid 2000s. And I kid you not, I was one of those people about online surfing when entering to understand, rarely understanding about the internet culture until now. Now that online is strongly a joke, it is not like what it used to be. But I had to get on to full practice to be me and do the things I love doing for my passion. But who knows for sure and for certain? Oh well, but I really don't know what to think about all the odds. But it's not like the end of the world type of thing, but it's gonna happen really soon in more years to come. Even DeviantArt is not doing so much better in regard to other social media. You might have to pick a sacrifice and move on from the life for ages. Of course, I have a favorite YouTuber who said this, that they need to be like 2 years to shut down the internet, for just only 2 years or 1 year to get back on track and then come back for online, the way how things would work. But that's not gonna happen though, since corporate social media is doing the game. Corporate America is doing it. That's part of social media.
You're right, pal. Let's get busy.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that or anyone else. Needless to say, 20 years have gone from those. For 20 years, this is nothing. This is just nothing how it be. Well, it's already promising. But let's not forget this started to be like Disney 100th anniversary, with that's the quality how this is. The quality of Disney 100th anniversary, this is the same, but it's reversed this to something for the best. And of course, I have been not comprehending too much, upset, mad, anger, not accepting and understand wishes, and the list goes on. Being too pessimistic because of the good thought, because I have gotten a following. With it's the reversing of the good thoughts that I'm having a following. And it is not a good thing that I have been very pessimistic and all that stuff, which it doesn't reflect and it doesn't help me at all. Which is being a little bit of the things about this. Well, now it's hold up very perfect how the mid 2000s, after 2005, afterward, and in 2006, how it goes, really shows up that he has shown pretty badly to poor standards on this. Well, it doesn't change the fact that I had to bear on myself and think about future onward to this. There has been up and down onto this for this year for me, but I have been really strong on this. Big time I have been strong. Big time I've been really strong from this. After the suffering I had and the downfall during Memorial Day weekend, which is a really dead topic already. But until the foreseeable future will yet to come. Now is not a worried, but I have been recovering so much and I have been keeping myself together and being so strong. Now, because this 20th anniversary is nothing special, there has been a lot of plan for me of what to do. Regardless, as it's going to be the successor, what is going to happen with this is that what is going to happen with this that as Julian name or Julie name or Julianne be the successor, that things are gonna take care of business, I have been thinking that I will do the resort for my personal fan-made YouTube channel and all those other stuff, the things I like, comment and interest, which I'm still doing, by the way, on YouTube, and I got like 2,000 subscribers. And I will have more different quantities comparison to the things I do as Awesomely Julianne or Julian per se. This username alias has been around since 2022, ever since 2022. Before Great Julie name was fallen because of a different reason, which I don't remember any more of this. Well, what's gonna happen is that while I do those scenes, and as the successor, I will contribute those to make the same scene like I do as Awesomely Julianne, and to a successor to my personal family YouTube channel and other personal family scene and other scenes. Of course, I want to do some essay videos and reviews on my personal fan-made stuff that I'm going to do, which I am doing though. And it's going to be a step forward, which is going to be a theme. Well, who thought about, but who knows. Maybe that I would do for creation stuff if I want to be paid though. With that what I'm trying to do on Awesomely Julian, but my creation work and drawing skills is nothing special according to my drawing qualities. But well, well, there's nothing great about my creation work about those. Well, this is what I'm saying about this, that I'm doing this what I'm doing these things because of a lot of thought, of course. Yes, a lot of thought, of course, that I am thinking about one of those, which it is the plain truth that I've been saying this. But yes, very expected that will come from me will be succeeded to as Julian name to my personal fan-made stuff, which I really want to do those, and I've been wanting to do this for the past 20 years and 18 years of the maybe 14 years and 20 years for the longest time that I wanted to do one of those stuff. For the longest time I wanted to do one of those already. For the longest time. And now things are happening because of my courage, stepping up to do and going forward, meeting new friends, new people, doing Arkham, other scenes like that, and the list is endless. Which that's how things were very difficult and so hard. And it has been a freaking terrible summer. Of course, I had a terrible summer. because of what happened for Memorial Day weekend, that now that topic is dead, that now we go off our own separate way, me and these folks whom I once known formerly, said it's a dead topic, but we have to see the foreseeable future. So yes, very unexpected that I'm going to do more things into the future reference, that I'm going to do one of those things. Regardless or not, is the passion and hobbies I love doing. And it could be a land of, well, let's just say if I will land a job, I will land a job if that would be, fortunately though, to land a job, unfortunately, that when it related to hobby jobs like artist, video creation work, and things like that, I've been really thinking that I might do something like that if it requires of that. Well, not to mention that I have stupid SSI that does require with my disability, which is really stupid into the real world because of that, because that's the guideline of the government in this country, in the US, but it is what it freaking is, but oh well. But unless the future will change, maybe it doesn't have to be part-time or something, or require an online job. Well, we will just see about this. We will just see about this. I just don't know. I really just don't know. Well, yeah. Well, before I end the video off, I want to give thanks to one of my friends and folks and one of my supporters, mostly the most fans, which now is going to make it up for real and big time. I'm going to have fans, the supporters, the people who like my work coming up soon, to give great thanks to my friends, my folks, the people who means a lot to me, the artist commission who drew me awesome fan art and gift from me on my OC with the cat and characters whom I really like. Everything that been going through so much from the up and from the down, it's been so hard for me to understand for online a bit, and it's been very complicated big time. I really don't know what to think or what to say for a thanks. But for 20 years, it's too bad I did not got a following, but now it is making it up 20 years of the making. And he did so. And he did so for 20 years of the making of doing a following. Well, I will hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving, good Halloween, good holiday spirit, and had a very wonderful Christmas, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone, to all family and friends. We're going through a lot of hardship onto online, big time. Things are not doing best, and we have been trying to keep it up, to step it up. Just like Sonic the Hedgehog said so, come on, step it up. And that is very true. And this is what is doing for a lot of making it up from the nightmare that I had to deal with over the summer, which I have been getting over it big time, and it's tiring from previously, but now I'm going on my own separate ways and keep going forward into a new leaf. Not like things were not the way what it used to be, but yeah. Well, don't expect it anytime soon, but for the goose thought. It doesn't mean I will create more videos and such, but I'm slowly doing this, little by little, as things are popping up, for creating more and other scenes. I just don't know yet. But I want to wish everyone Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and Happy Hanukkah and Happy New Year's Day. And the name is going to, the list goes on and on and on for that. Till then, this is the end for my 20th anniversary. Until then, it's been a good run for this year for my 20th anniversary marathon. Until then, goodbye. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, until 2026. Why, hello there. Julian Rodriguez is going to the 20th year's anniversary as a close, but becoming like Disney 100s as it is. But none of it doesn't matter as the meantime that now I have gotten a following. Over time for this year, there has been some up, some down. Things is not the way how it used to be, but it is the same lane how 2015 was, and here we go again like 2015, but this year was gonna be my time and pride, but at this time, not so really. We gotta do better than this, to be honest, than just to think that this isn't something, but, well, it is what it goes. But I am opening a new path of a new road that I'm continuing to do the things I love to do for my passion and process, the things I like to do and create more things. More things like that is gonna be coming on the way. I appreciate the love, support, the kindness, the folks whom I speak to so much. It means very much for everything. But until then, see you on 2026. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year to all. A good night. Till then.